Good morning. We'll start on another one. Don't you love YouTube? This is about me, so you can get an idea of my experiences, who I am, and what I've done in my life. I'm 62 years old. I've had a heart problem since birth, but I didn't know about it until 1995 when I was diagnosed. I had some symptoms in 93 and 94, but I didn't know what they were. And then in 95 I collapsed and went and had a stent put in. They diagnosed it, and in 1995 I was diagnosed with my bad heart valve when they did a transesophageal echocardiogram. In my life I've had an 8.5-hour 5-way bypass surgery, and along with that an aortic valve replacement at the same time. I've had 5 angiograms, 2 angioplasties, 6 or 8 treadmill tests, both nuclear and chemical induced stress tests, multiple echocardiograms, multiple EKGs, and hundreds of blood tests. I've had my blood pressure taken 1,000,000 times. All the medical things that go with the heart disease process. As a child, I knew I was a little different because I couldn't run as fast or do quite as much as the rest of the kids, and I just figured out that I'd never be a basketball player because I wasn't tall enough, and I wouldn't be a football player because I wasn't big and rough enough, but there were things that I could do, so I did track and swimming and diving and bowling and some of the lesser strenuous things, but it was always something in the back of my head, you know. I went out into life, started life as a young man, and worked as a parking attendant on the Las Vegas Strip for many years, and that's a nice physical job, and I got in great physical shape, and I did pretty good there. And I left in 1974 with the oil boom, and I had been a scuba diver for a good while, so I got interested in commercial diving, and then I went off on an adventure to the high seas as a commercial diver. Then I got into welding, and I ran a crane on an offshore platform, very similar to the one that they're having trouble with now in the Gulf of Mexico that sank, and had some high adventures as a pirate, was in some very critical, high-stress, dangerous, life-threatening situations while I was on the boats and ships and barges and tenders and platforms in the Gulf of Mexico, and all the things that you see in 8 years of that. Came back to Las Vegas. I became a steel erection contractor and followed my welding career, and developed that pretty good until such a point that I sold that and my health started deteriorating. I finished out my time with the Teamsters Union. I was in the Teamsters Union for 37 years, and I finished up in the convention industry. I was driving a forklift and handling freight. If you've been to a convention in Las Vegas, one of the large ones, up until about 2004. From 1995 to 2004, good chance I brought you air freight, or brought your crates in, or took them out, or did something for you in the convention industry. My sister is a historical case in heart medicine. She progressed from heart trouble to bypass surgery, and then she had a defibrillator implanted, a pacemaker implanted, and then she had what's called an LVA, a left ventricular assist, which is a big pump that they put into your heart. It's the last stop before the bus goes over the cliff, before you either get a heart transplant or you die. It helps your left ventricle to function. It's externally powered. You wear a pump and a computer and a battery 24/7 while you wait for a transplant. 2 weeks before she turned 65 and would have dropped off the list, she got the heart of a young motorcyclist that was killed in a motorcycle accident and had a transplant, and that was coming up this June. It'll be 3 years. So she's doing good. She's still living, and she's had just about everything done to her that you can think to have done in the way of a heart procedure. My mother had bypass surgery. My brother is not going through surgery, but he's in the preliminary stages of heart failure right now, and I anticipate that soon he'll have to have one too. I'm 62 years old, grew up in Las Vegas. I'm retired to southern Utah, where I live on a little ranch with my wife and 3 dogs. I have 3 children, grown children, and I have 3 grandchildren, which are a lot of fun to have around and do things with, and we do all the stuff that grandparents do. My life was given back to me through heart surgery and these heart procedures, because otherwise I would just be unable to keep up the pace with these little guys and to do the things that I do on my own little property there and live the life that I have. I'm just a very normal guy, I would say. In my life, I've done a lot of unusual things, I'll say. I have 44 parachute jumps. I was a certified scuba diver and then became commercially certified. My deepest hard hat mixed helium gas dive was 305 feet. I did that for years. I've detonated explosives. I have worked at heights on drilling derricks and oil rigs and radio towers and high-rise buildings doing metal construction, and was certified pipe welder. Have a lot of experience in that, and I still dabble in that on a hobby basis, making things around my house and making wrought iron and metal designs for the house, and I play around with that. But basically, I'm just retired right now, and I'm loving it. And now that I have some time to reflect back on all this and my 15-year history plus of heart related things, I just wanted to take this time to help other people that are approaching this or going through it, or help you if you have a loved one and you don't know what to do and you don't know how to help them, and it's a crazy jumbled time, and it's really nice to have some outside help if you don't know someone that's been through it before and can give you this information. So that's me. Welcome. Hi, my name's Steve Bullich, and glad to meet you. Thank you.